Conundrum by Jan Morris. Read by Roy Mcmillan for Ukemi Audiobooks. Introduction. This book of autobiography is a period piece. I wrote it in 1973, and since then, by the nature of things, both the world and I have altered. Conundrum is a memoir of a moment in history when the conception of sexual identity, which is the ostensible subject of the work, was about to undergo drastic revaluations. Trapped as I saw it by some divine error, I myself believed I had been born male when I should have been born female, and felt myself irresistibly obliged to correct the error. This is the story of the book. But in those days, the very notion of transsexualism was no more than a dubious blur, and the idea of changing one's sex by chemistry or surgery was virtually inconceivable. Today, it is nearly a commonplace, and an almost universally accepted category of sexual identity is TS, for transsexual. The book, though, is also a period piece in a more fundamental kind, because it reflects vast alterations in the place of women in society. The conception of femaleness I then felt myself to be entering, and have reflected here, is now preposterously obsolete, and I can hardly recognize myself in the more superficial pages of my own book. However, if my attitudes then now seem absurdly anachronistic, my fundamental convictions have not changed during the passing half-century. I never did think that my own quandary was a matter either of science or social convention. I thought it was a matter of the spirit, a kind of divine allegory, and that explanations of it were not very important anyway. What was important was the liberty of us all to live as we wished to live, to love however we wanted to love, and to know ourselves, however peculiar, disconcerting, or unclassifiable, at one with the gods and angels. I recognized in my affairs some mythic or mystic yearning for universal reconciliation, and if my attitudes have matured with age, I'm in my 90s now, my views have not shifted. My loves remain the same love, my family, my friends, a friend or two, my books and my animals, my house between the mountains and the sea, the presence of whales all around me. But have I discovered, you may ask, the real purpose of my pilgrimage, the last solution to my conundrum? Sometimes, down by our river, I almost think I have. But then the light changes, the wind shifts, a cloud moves across the sun, and the meaning of it all once again escapes me. Trevor Norris.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?